For those of you that are unaware, Black Ops 7's beta dropped over the weekend, and after a weekend of hardcore gaming, I thought I would share my thoughts about the game. And honestly, my only issue with the beta is that there's no skins in the item shop, and I really just can't get into a game unless I can play as Hatsune Miku or the Nostalgia Critic. Now, obviously, that's not my real opinion for the one troglodyte that couldn't pick up on the sarcasm there. True feelings on the beta are pretty mixed. Overall, I think the beta was pretty meh. I think it's a serviceable Call of Duty, but honestly, the biggest issue that this game has isn't really even related to the game itself necessarily, and I'll get into that in a little bit, but right now I want to focus on the core game itself and where it stacks as of right now. And like I said, the game it's fine. I mean, it's a serviceable modern Call of Duty. If you liked last year's Call of Duty, you're going to like this one. Honestly, it's probably a little bit better than Black Ops 6 in my opinion. It just feels a little bit better. The movement's not as egregious. It felt like to me, granted, maybe I just wasn't getting in those movement demon lobbies, but it didn't feel too crazy to me. The balancing feels fine. The guns all feel relatively good. There's a lot of fun attachments, and the maps, the ones that they had, were kind of boring, but they were serviceable. And I mean, in terms of modern Call of Duty maps, they're not horrible. I mean, most modern Call of Duty maps are rather forgettable, and that's not really the focus of the game at this point anymore. It's just about making you get into the fight as quick as possible, jangling the keys in front of you, having you die, then going back, picking your different loadout, and then going and jingling the keys again until you die again. There's some issues with balancing some of the kill streaks. Yeah, sure, but that's all stuff that can be fixed. Honestly, the only major, real issues I had with the game were just kind of the overall visual appearance. I didn't like how silly some of the base operators in the games look. Skins haven't even come out yet, and some of them look as stupid as humanly possible for whatever reason. Then another complaint I kind of had, and I have no way of verifying or proving this is kind of just how I felt about the gameplay. It seemed like sometimes when enemies were sliding, the damage of my weapon seemed to drop off a little bit. It seemed like you could take more hits while you were sliding. I don't know if anyone else noticed that or if that's just something weird in my brain. And again, I don't have any data to back this up. It just felt like if I was in a gunfight and somebody started sliding, I didn't do the same amount of damage that I would do if they were running at me or looking at me. And maybe I just need to get good, but something felt off with some of the advanced movement in terms of hit registration. Now, there are things I do like. Like I said, I like that you can choose to not do skill-based matchmaking, which is kind of a godsend. And again, I do think the core gunplay here is pretty good for a modern Call of Duty. Again, much better than last year's, better than Vanguard. I think it's kind of up there with some of the more newer modern warfares that people really like. And I really enjoyed the gunplay. And for all that I dog on the game, I really did enjoy myself with the beta more than I thought I would. And I think in any other year, this game does perfectly fine. And I think people are probably pretty positive about it, especially, going back to a more movement-centric Call of Duty like Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 3. I think people would have a good time, have some fun with that. But the problem, of course, is that Battlefield 6 is coming out this year, and I just don't see any way that Black Ops 7 is going to be relevant in the gaming sphere over the next year. This beta was an opportunity for Activision to kind of show us something special, get us bought back in, maybe take a shot at Battlefield 6. This was their moment here at the last second, and they kind of just put out something that was just kind of meh. They kind of fumbled it. And ultimately, Black Ops 7's only going to get worse from here because it's going to put Activision in a desperate state where they've got to milk money out of this thing however they can, and they're going to do it through skins and bundles. I mean, here's the deal. Battlefield 6 has the opportunity to probably be the best-selling first-person shooter of all time, just based on all the hype I'm seeing and all the positivity for it. I could be wrong, but this is my best educated guess. This is going to be the best-selling game of the year and probably up there for one of the best-selling games of the last 5 years, especially in the first-person shooter space. With games getting more and more expensive, I just don't see consumers buying both this year. I think most people are going to pick one or the other, and I think Battlefield 6 wins this year. And so obviously, Activision's going to be hurting for change, and they're going to throw all these ridiculous skins and all this kind of stuff into the game, and I think it's only going to get worse for Black Ops 7 from here. That being said, that pressure could also create diamonds, right? This could put Activision in a spot where they really have to focus on keeping the fans happy, and maybe Black Ops 6 is a game that turns around after a couple of months. Battlefield 2142, or was it was 2042, actually turned around pretty well after the first, 6 or 7 months of the game being out. They really revamped the game and made it almost an entirely new game because they just had to listen to the fans. They were put in such a bad position. They had to listen to the fans. And then, couple years later, you get Battlefield 6. So I'm sure the next Call of Duty is going to be fantastic and everything fans want to see. It's just this Black Ops 7 is just going to be kind of a dud. Now again, I could absolutely be wrong. This could turn around and be a great game. The campaign could be 11 out of 10. There might be something in zombies we haven't seen yet. I know the game is shipping with a ton of maps, so maybe there's some interesting maps that really turn this around. But unless Call of Duty's got some kind of really interesting game mode that they've been sitting on, I don't think it's going to work out. And honestly, if they were sitting on a really awesome game mode, they should have put it out during the beta because that would be the time to start winning people over into getting this game instead of Battlefield 6, and I just don't think that's going to happen. And I don't think with all the shakeup happening with Game Pass that that's going to be a real bump in getting people to play this game. I completely forgot something. I have to give this game kudos on one thing. The PC performance is fantastic. It is so well optimized. This might be the best optimized Call of Duty game we've had on PC in a long time. So my hat's off to Activision for actually giving a crap about PC players and putting something out that is playable, that runs really well, and doesn't take 9 years of configuring each and every single setting in the video section. It just runs great at the defaults, and if you need to adjust or bump up or bump down, it runs fantastic. So hats off to them for that. I forgot I was supposed to say that earlier in the video, and I do want to commend them for doing that. That's a fantastic thing to see these days. In all honesty, the one thing that can save Black Ops 7 is a Channel Awesome operator bundle that includes Nostalgia Critic and Spoonie. Alternatively, if they want to do a Linkarin Angry Joe, that'll work too, but I think if they can release that, this game will sell gangbusters. And with that, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Black Ops 7. Did you enjoy the beta? Are you still currently enjoying the beta into the work week? I had to go to work, so I didn't get to play all day. But let me know what you guys think. What do you guys want Activision to do to adjust, change, or tweak? Do you like it just how it is and are excited to play it going forward? Do you hate the new Black Ops 7, or are you just team Battlefield 6 all the way? Either way, don't pre-order either game. That's just an absolute waste of your money on the dumbest thing you could possibly waste your money on. And as always, if you like this video and want to see more, subscribe. Check out my videos. Check out some of my VODs. I stream usually every Friday, so check out my streams if you like them. I have a ton of shorts of me playing Black Ops 7, so if you're a short-form content demon, you can check those out. And if you didn't like this video, make sure you leave a hate comment. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you COD slot boys down in the comments being real mad at me for ragging on your goth girl simulator, but sorry about that. So make sure you leave a hate comment, make sure you leave a dislike. That way this video spreads to more and more people because of that sweet engagement. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. It has been great. It has been fun. Have a great week, and I will see you in the next one later.